Good afternoon, my dear students. Today I am going to explain about the data types available in Python. We cover already all these things. Installation process also done yesterday. Data types. In Python, there are 6 data types. Python has 6 data types. First one, number data type. Second one, string data type. Third one, list data type. Fourth one, I'm sorry. Fourth one, tuple data type. Python has 6 data types. First one, number data type. Second one, string data type. Third one, list data type. Fourth one, tuple data type. Fifth one, dictionary data type. Sixth one, sets. Coming to number data type. Number data type stores the numeric value and number objects are created when you assign a value to them. Unless or until you are not assign any value, we cannot create number objects. So once we assign a value to the number, at that time the number object is going to be created. Number data types. Python supports 4 different numerical types: int, signed integers; long integers. They can also be represented in octal and hexadecimal. Next, floating point real values. Next, complex numbers. Int, long and float point values we are already see in C language. When coming to complex numbers, a complex number is created by adding a real and an imaginary number. Suppose x is equal to complex of 3, 8. Print x. The output comes like 3 plus 8j. 3 plus 8j. That is called as complex number. Before going to see all these explanations, we will do it practically. Then it will become familiar to you. After installation your Python software, the Python will comes over here. Whenever you click on Windows button, after that automatically Python will be displayed here, or else go to all programs and check for Python. Here Python 3.7 is available. If you need Python in command prompt, go for this option, or else if you need IDLE, integrated development environment, you go for this IDLE Python 3.7.64. After clicking this one, the window appears like this. The window appears like this. So now if we want to print a decimal number, then no problem, you directly give 10, the output will become 10. X is equal to 10, enter, then type X, enter, the output is 10. No need of print statement also. Such type of facility is only given by Python. Whenever if you want to print anything in C language, you must give printf statement, but in Python no need for sometimes. If you want to give floating point number 10.5, no need of giving any data type. 10.5, y is equal to 10.5, enter, then type y value becomes 10.5. If you check the data type, if you want to check the data type of y, then it becomes the data type. The type of y is float data type. The type of y is float data type. If you want to check the type of x, the type of x is integer data type, because you are given 10 as input. Like this we will give so many numbers. Integers in Python, there is effectively no limit to how long an integer value can be. Of course, it is constrained by the amount of memory your system has, but beyond that an integer can be as long as you need it in Python. Python interprets sequence of decimal digits without any prefix to be a decimal number. Suppose if you want to print a decimal number, you directly go and print the decimal number, no problem, the decimal number will be print over here. If we want to print any binary number, suppose in binary number system 10 means 2. If we want to give a binary number, then you must add prefix 0b. 0b indicates binary number. Suppose if you want to give a binary number, you must indicate 0b, you must add 0b. So 0b 1 0b 1 0, enter. The output displayed in binary format. Binary format of 10, binary number of 10 is 2. If you take 0b110, the output is 6. 110 means binary number 0 into, from left side to right side, 0 into 2 power 0 into 2 power 0 plus 1 into 2 power 1 plus 1 into 2 power 2. That means 2 square plus 2 power 1 plus 2 square plus 2 power 1 plus 0. 2 square means 4 plus 2. So the binary number of 110 is 6. 2 plus 4, 6. Like this, automatically Python takes binary number. If we want to give octal number, at that time, what we will do? 0 must be prefixed with the number. Suppose if we want to give octal number, then 0 1 1, suppose 10. In the case of binary number, 0 10 means 2, but in the case of octal number, 0 1 0 becomes 8. That's it. See here, 0 1 0. What it means? From left hand side onwards we are dealing 0 into, because it is octal number, 8 power 0 plus 0 is over. Next 1 into 8 power 0 over. After 8 power 0, 8 power 1. That means the output becomes 0 into anything is 0 plus 1 into 8 power 1. 8 power 1 means 8. 0 plus 8. The output becomes 8. If we take 0 0 indicates octal number. Up to 10 only you have to take in consideration, because 0 prefixed for the sake of identification. It is a octal number. That's why we prefixed 0. Suppose if you take 111 0. See, 0 into 8, for the sake of 8 power 1, 8 power 0, from left hand side onwards 0 is over. After that plus 1 into 8 power 1 plus second one 1 into, already 8 power 1 is over. Next 1 into 8 power 2, second one is also over. Next third one plus 1 into 8 power 3. So 3 ones are completed. Then check, 0 into anything is 0 plus 1 into 8 power 1 is 8 plus 1 into 8 power 2, 8 square. 8 square means 64. 8 into 8 plus 8 power 3, nothing but 5 1 2. Enter. The results will become 0 plus 64, 72. 72 plus 5 12, 5 84. Please check. 0 1 1 1 0. The output becomes 584. This is octal number. So if we want to go for octal number representation, we must be prefixed with 0. This 0 indicates octal number. If we want to go for binary number, we will insert 0b, like that. If we want to hexadecimal number, if we want to print hexadecimal number, then we go for 0x. X indicates hexadecimal number. Zero x 1 hexadecimal number. So 1 into 16 power 0 hexadecimal means 1 into 16 power 0, nothing but 0 into 16 power 1 into 16 power 0. Here 0x1 means 0x hexadecimal, only 1 is there. So 1 into 16 power 0, initially power 0, after that power 1, after that power 2. So 1 into 16 power 0. 16 power 0 is nothing but 1. Anything power 0 becomes 1. So 1 into 1, the output becomes 1. If you take 0 x 1 0, then output becomes 16. Output becomes 16. If you take 0 x 1 1 0, output becomes 48. Output becomes 272. 2 because 16 square. See, suppose if we given 0 x 1, what it indicates? 1 into 16 power 0, 1 into 16 power 0. 16 power 0 means 16 power 0 returns how much? 1. 1 into 1. So output becomes 1. Is this one match here? 0 x 1. The output is 1. Next, if you take 0 x 1 0, in this case from left hand side onwards, 0 0 into 16 power 0 plus 1. Next, here 1 is there, 1 into 16 power 1. So that 0 into anything is 0, 0 plus 16. The output becomes 16 here. Please check the output here, 16. Next, 0 x 1 1 0, enter. So from left hand side onwards, 0 into, I think you people all are aware of this, but for the sake of your easy understandability, I am saying once again, please listen. So from left hand side onwards, 0 into 16 power 0 plus, next, every time we are going from left hand to right hand. Please observe, after 0 there is 1, 1 into 16 power 1 plus, next second one, 1 into 16 power 2, enter. 16 power 0, anything 0 into anything is 0. Next, 1 into 16 power 1, 16 power 1 returns 16 plus 16 power 2, 16 power 2 is nothing but 16 square, 16 square is 256. The output becomes 272. Like this we directly, so in the case of C language, you must be convert from binary number to decimal number, or octal number to binary number, or hexadecimal to decimal number. You must do conversion operation, but in the case of Python, it itself taken and itself compiled, but you must mention this is a binary number. How we mention this is a binary number? After before the number you must prefix 0b, then only the Python interpreter will knows it is a binary number. If we given 10 directly, then output becomes 10. It is considered as decimal number. So unless or until you are not giving prefix, the number becomes decimal only. So if you want to print binary number, if you want to print binary numbers, you must give 0 b 1 0. So 0b must be prefixed with 0b. The 10 number must be prefixed with 0b. Then the Python interpreter will treat this as binary number, so that output becomes 2. The decimal number for 10, the decimal number for 10 in binary number is 2. Like that, if you want to give octal number, 0 O must be prefixed. This is the output. For the sake of hexadecimal number, the number must be prefixed with 0x. This is the output. These are all comes under numeric data types. You may use 0 capital B also. Please observe here, 0 capital B 10, the output becomes 2. Here no need of case sensitivity. at the time of conversion there is no need of case sensitive. 0 capital X 0 1, 0 capital X 1 0, no problem. 0 capital O 1 1, this is the output. Either you use capital O, capital X, capital B, or you use small o, small x, small b, no problem. So binary number means base 2, octal number means base 8, hexadecimal number means base 16. So these are all comes under which data type? Integer data type. Is it right or not? We have to check. Please check by using the data type of any variable came from by using the type function. So for the sake of our understandability, type of 0b10, 0b indicates binary number. The type of this binary number is class int, integer. So binary number is also comes under in which data type? Integer data type. Type of 0x10. It is also comes under which data type? Integer data type. If you have any doubt, go with your compiler and check. 0 0 1 1, enter. The type of class is integer. So even though it is a binary number, even though it is a hexadecimal number, even though it is octal number, the data type of all these things is integer only. If you have any doubt, check that decimal number also. Type of 10, it is integer only. If you directly given a number without any prefix, it becomes decimal number. If you give any prefix like 0 O octal number, 0x hexadecimal number, 0b binary number. Okay, these are all integer data types. Important note, this is a good time to mention that if you want to display a value, you don't need to use the print function. You just type that value in the command prompt of 3 arrows and press enter. So what it means, if you want to type, suppose x is equal to 10, enter. After that, if you want to print x, normally what we will do in C programming language, normally what we are doing, printf the given number, printf in the double quotes, the given number is comma x. But in the case of Python, you simply just type x and enter. The output of the print statement will execute here. No need of giving print. Same, if you want to type 10, the output is 10. No need of print statement. 0x110, simple. No need of print statement. 00112, like this. Sorry, 00110. Next concept, floating point numbers. The float type in Python designates a floating point number. Float point values are specified with a decimal point. Each and every time float values are specified with a decimal point. Optionally, the character e, small e or capital E followed by a positive or negative integer may be appended. It may be optional. For sometimes we will use small e or capital E. Sometimes we may not be used all these things. See, suppose if we want to give input 4.2, this is called as floating point number, type of 4.2. If you have any doubt, please check with the type. Type of 4.2 is float. So each and every floating point value is having decimal number. Suppose if you give 2.0, enter. Type of, check type of 2.0, what it will returns? Float. This is called as floating point number. Even if you print type of 4 point, you did not mention anything after point, no problem, it is treated as float because you are given a decimal point, that's enough. Point 2, so point 2 also floating point. If you want to check type of point 2, these are all the options available. Please check each and every small concept also we will check. I am already saying that point after decimal point sometimes we will mention e, small e or capital E. Please check that one. Type of, first you will check what is the output of 0.4 E7. Do you imagine what is the output of 0.4 E7? Please check this one. After E7 means how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including the number 4, 7. So how many? 7 digits needed. These are all 7 digits. After 7 digits put 0. Type of 0.4 E7 floating point. If you want to give capital M, capital E also, no problem. The output is same. If you want to check type of 0.4 E7. If you want to check 0.4 E5, this is the output. If you want to check 0.4 E1, 4.0 only, because at least one digit before point, at least one digit. If you give 0.4 E0, output becomes 0.4 because before point no digit is given, because you are given 0, so before point no element is there, so that 0 point. If you want to give 4e minus 1, is it work or not? See this one, 0.01, like that. So many options. What you have to do is each and every time you will check, 0.4 capital E minus 7. See this one, up to which number it is going to display? 4.4 e minus 3, it is going to display 0.4 e minus 4, it is not going to display. Like this you have to check each and every operation available here. Type of, if you want to check type of 0.4 e minus 4, it is also floating point. So this is about floating point. Even if you want to add floating point numbers, you have to do floating point add operation also. Suppose 1.79 E308, enter. If you want to add something 1.8 E308, what is the output? INF. What this INF means? What this INF means? So in almost all platforms represent Python float values as 64-bit double precision values according to IEEE 3754 standard. In that case, the maximum value of a floating point number can have approximately 1.8 into 10 power 308. So if you give beyond that, suppose if you give 1.8 E305, no problem, the output will be going to be displayed. But in the case of you exceed or you given 3.8 up to 3.7, no problem, 1.8 E307, it is also going to give a number, but sorry, 1.8 E307, it is also going to give the number like this. But whenever you given 1.8 E308, it is going to exceed the IEEE standard. The IEEE standard will accept only 10 power 30 up to 10 power 308. That's why it is going to display infinity. These are all about floating point numbers. Now coming to complex numbers. Complex numbers are specified as imaginary part and real part. Suppose, for example, every complex number must have real part plus imaginary part. Real part plus imaginary part, nothing but, for example, 2 plus 3j. 2 plus 3j. Here 2 indicates real part, 3j indicates imaginary part. If you want to print this one, you have to type over here. Suppose 2 plus 3j, it is also taken, but in the case of C language, complex number addition is possible. Please check. If possible, tell me. 2 plus 3j. If you want to know the type of this number, I am saying it is complex number. If you want to check the type of this one, 2 plus 3j, the type becomes complex number. Suppose a is equal to 1 plus 2j, enter. B is equal to 2 plus 3j, enter. A plus B. Is printing is possible for two complex numbers? Yes, it is possible. 3 plus 5j. See how simple the Python language is. Addition of two complex numbers will become this much easy. Okay, this is about complex numbers. Now next one, coming to strings. Strings are sequences of character data. Sequences of character data. The string type in Python is called, the string type in Python is called strings are sequence of character data. The string type in Python is called as str. The string type in Python is called as str. In Python, if you want to type anything in sequence of commands, we will type over here and execute this one. If you want to do some operations like this, we have to do, I will discuss these things in future. Please concentrate here. String literals may be delimited using either single or double quotes. String literals may be delimited using either single or double quotes. All the characters between the opening delimiter and matching closing delimiter are part of the strings. So open delimiter and closed delimiter must be matched. Suppose, see this one, strings. Suppose if you want to print anything, print double quotes. Each and every string will be delimited with either double quotes or single quotes. But the thing is, if we use double quotes for opening, we must use double quotes for closing. Please check. Print hello. The output will be displayed. Print, I start with double quotes hello and ends with single quote. Automatically it will give an error, end of line, while scanning string literal, because if we want, strings accepts both double quotes as well as single quotes. But if we want to give double quotes, you give double quotes at the starting literal as well as in the ending literal also, you give double quotes only. If you start with single quote, the ending delimiter must be single quote only. Please check. If you want to print hello, hello, hello is printed. If you take this example, suppose if you given single quotes and print hi and at the end enter, at the typing itself it is showing, see, in previous case if you open with single quote and ending with single quote, the closed brace become black, but here the closed brace become green. At the time of typing itself you will know. So here end of the error. So each and every string literal will start with either single quote or double quote. If you start with single quote, you must end with single quote. If you start with double quotes, you must end with double quotes only. So all the characters between the open delimiter and matching closing delimiter are part of the string. So in single quotes, hello is the string because starting delimiter and ending delimiter. In between these, whatever we given, that is called as string. If you want to check, yes, print I am a string, enter. That's it, I am a string. If you want to know the type I am a string. str, string data type, we already discussed. In Python, the string data type is treated as str here. A string in Python can contain as many characters as you wish. The string in Python can contain as many characters as you wish. The only limit is your machine's memory resources. A string can also be empty. A string can also be empty. Single quotes, in between single quotes. So it is also a string. If you have any doubt, check. Data type is string. So we may give empty string also. We may give empty string also. So string may be empty. This is the concept of strings. Next, escape sequences in strings. Sometimes you want Python to interpret a character or sequence of characters within a string differently. Full stop. This may occur in one of two ways. You may want to suppress the special interpretation that certain characters are usually given within a string, or you may want to apply special interpretation to characters in a string which would normally be taken. So there are some escape sequencing characters, backward slash, forward slash, or slash new line, or comment line like double backward slash, or sometimes we will use double forward slash. These are all escape sequencing characters. In the next class we will see how these escape sequencing characters are. We will deal with these escape sequencing characters. I will explain in the next class. Thank you very much. Thank you one and all.